So what are you waiting for? Get out there and show your art. This video is about focusing on getting ready to exhibit and sell your art. Life is happening to us right now and will not wait until we are ready. So go for it. Chances are that you are more than ready, and if not, you will find out and gain experience. Hello everybody, I'm Henrik Scorer. Welcome to my channel. Let's get started. To accompany this video, I have chosen to show the full painting process for a painting called Dawn. I hope you will enjoy it. So, a relevant question is, ready for what? Maybe we are not ready for our National Gallery's Museum of Modern Art, Musée d'Orsay, or for the larger, very elegant galleries, you know, with the guys in suits. But I believe that most of us are ready to show our paintings to other people, and if we allow ourselves, we are even ready to sell our paintings. I'll get back to that a little later in this video. Step 1 in this process is to recognize what it is you want to be ready for. This is basically about setting goals, which is a big subject. I might get back to it in another video. This video is kindly sponsored by Skillshare. Setting goals and making plans are essential parts of any development, regardless of the subject. I found help in general to level up my productivity and got a better understanding of what really matters for me with classes and learning paths on Skillshare. It turned out to be quite easy. The many classes are covering a variety of subjects, and besides painting, I had the opportunity to learn a lot of other stuff, for instance on web design, writing books and making layouts. Skillshare is the largest online learning community for creatives, with a ton of classes and wide depth and breadth of topics ranging from painting, illustration and graphic design to music, personal growth, productivity and a lot more. The classes are taught by industry experts sharing their tools, techniques and professional journeys with Skillshare's members. I took the chance of brushing up my watercolor skills in night classes on figures in composition by a talented lady named Rainbow. Even though I have painted watercolor for many years, I really learned a lot. And so can you, because if you want to check out if Skillshare is something for you, click the link in the description below. The first 500 people to use my link in the description will get a free month trial of Skillshare. Get started today, click the link and try it out for yourself. Thank you to Skillshare for sponsoring this video. But for now, I'll say you increase your chances of success by setting specific and achievable goals with a deadline. For instance, if you set a goal like next August, I'll buy a booth on this show and exhibit my paintings, chances are that you will be ready next August. I faced the challenge of lack of self-confidence too, and I believe that thoughts about being good enough probably will never leave us. And in general, thoughts like that are not the good ones. However, there are actually some positive aspects to this. It makes sense to ask the question, I've done this, is it good enough? If yes, great, and go on. If not, too bad, and go on. I've always believed that I was sort of better off with a no answer, because recognizing that something I'm doing isn't good enough will lead to the next question, how can I make this better? And that's a very good, constructive question to focus on. I speak about how to make paintings better in other videos. For example, this one. There are many ways actually to accomplish that. In this video, I will only talk about what I believe is the most important one. And the most important one is time. Not talent, not luck, not finding your own voice, not a large studio or network. Okay, these are important too. But most important of all is how much time you spend in front of the easel. If you paint a lot, you will also get a lot better. Not today, but tomorrow. We all have the same amount of time, we use it differently, and we are equipped with different amounts of patience. My biggest frustration as a child was that I was not a grown-up. I wanted to drive a car, stay up late night, chew gums and stuff. I wanted to grow up as fast as possible. Every morning when I woke up and found that I was exactly the same as yesterday, I was kind of annoyed. Eventually, I ended up as a grown-up, but many years later, I felt the same childish frustration when I started to paint, because I wanted to paint as a seasoned artist from day one. And I was very frustrated by all the things I wanted to do, but was not able to do. And to tell you the truth, today, many years later, I am wiser than when I started, but the amount of things that I cannot do seems to grow even bigger from day to day, because when you are starting, you are simply not aware of all the things you can and need to learn. At start, it might look very easy, but it is not. There is so much to learn, enough for more than a lifetime. Is this depressing? No, actually I don't think so. It's really wonderful. Think about it. There is so much interesting to learn that you can go on learning for the rest of your life. And in fact, you don't need to learn it all. However, the first thing, in my view, you need to learn is patience. When I started, everything looked easy. Canvas, brushes and colors. Easy peasy. It's safe to say that I was a bit overconfident on my coming career. This is called the Dunning-Kruger effect, which basically is that you are overestimating your abilities because you really don't know what's going on. And that can be a little bit dangerous, or at least rather uncomfortable when reality strikes. I attended an exhibition very early. Some might say too early, and I got help from a friend to bring in an established gallerist to see my paintings. The gallerist came, looked at my paintings, and then said to me, "Henrik, this is really boring." That was a tough one. But after a while I understood what he was talking about. There were actually not a lot going on in my paintings. Even though at least some of the paintings were okay, it was early days for me and I was not ready. At least not ready for selling my paintings through a gallery. On the other hand, it was not too early for me to learn a lesson. I lacked a realistic assessment of my ability and an understanding of my skill level at the time. So this experience gave me a new perspective on my paintings, and in hindsight, I consider this a gift. Stepping into a big expensive show, if one's paintings are not up to par, is instructive but merciless. I stood at my booth and ate humble pie for 3 whole days, smiling to people walking by. That was hard. I ended up having sold 5 postcards and gained so much frustration that I went home and started all over. It turned out to be very educating and very good for me at the time. I believe I grew up in only 3 days. When we gain more competence, we expand our field of vision and we can suddenly see and understand that we are standing in front of a mountain of disciplines we do need to master. This is the other side of the Dunning-Kruger effect. You understand how little you actually know and you begin to underestimate yourself, believing that you are not ready or not good enough. Being humble is what can get you through this mental minefield. Not that you feel less of yourself, but that you know and understand what is going on around you. And most of all, you are not afraid of making mistakes. It's like changing your mindset, telling yourself, for instance, I don't know if I'm really ready or good enough, but let's find out. And that's about courage, which is step number 3. Being an artist makes your part of the world filled with wonderful experiences. You must, however, prepare yourself to struggle a bit and be courageous. If it's worth having, it's worth fighting for. So even though struggle can be frustrating and exhausting, bear in mind that this will grow your confidence and shape you as an artist in a way that the happy days are not able to do. The secret sauce of success as a painter is to never stop painting, no matter what. The process is everything, and you must cultivate it all the time. In my view, process of painting can roughly be divided into 3 parts. Get an idea, choose a suitable composition, and then put in a lot of hard work. That's it. I speak of these 3 subjects in another video. I have a link up here. These 3 parts are roughly the process I follow, and if you follow the same process, you will end up with some kind of painting. The idea is the idea. It can be good, then happy days, or it can be bad or even boring, and this will dramatically limit your opportunities of making a good painting. But then again, your ideas will get better when you get into the habit of generating them, and you can always adjust an idea or completely change it as you go along in your painting. I like to have an idea even before I start the painting, but often I don't. I just start from zero, and in a way I stay in zero for a while in a free and fearless process. And at some point the idea will come to me. Then total freedom and throwing paint around is over, and the real process of creativity begins. Go until you can't make it better. Then it's finished, and then it's good enough, at least for now. Your choice of composition, on the other hand, is very depending on the idea. I tend to try at least 1 or 2 principles of composition in my painting process. And chances are that it's easier and you will make a better painting if you use some kind of underlying structure for your painting. The hard work is closely related to time and is basically practice, 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 and did I say practice? The more time you invest in hard work, the better paintings you will be able to make. It's really that simple. Hard work beats talent. The ability to look at your own paintings and decide how to make it better is a distinguished discipline. Not everybody can do it. However, as a painter, you must train your eye and brain. This can be hard and even seems impossible because you are too close to your own painting to really be able to see it. But there is no way around this. You must train it. And like all things about painting, you will get better at it when you do it. I trained this process of spotting how to make a painting better simply by using Google. I searched for keywords like art, paintings, abstract paintings, acrylic paintings, modern art, and so on. And then I got thousands of photos of paintings, and I chose 4 or 5 of them. Then I imagined the artist standing next to me, and I explained in 5 steps how to make this painting better. If the advice were good or bad, I will never know, but I know that neither Van Gogh nor Picasso actually changed anything, but I feel I learned a lot by doing this. In real life, I try not to tell anyone what to change in a painting unless they actually ask for my opinion. I do this for 2 reasons. First of all, because it's rude to tell other people what to do without being asked. And secondly, I often really don't know what to say. Of course, the technical aspect of painting is the easy part. You can also always say something about that. But even though you look at a painting and you have an opinion if it's good or bad, spotting how to improve it is another matter. You need to know about the background, the idea, the purpose of the painting, and so on. If you just paint for your own amusement, making art can be fulfilling by itself. Whatever you do will be fine, and then you are in an attractive position. It's like you are playing a game. You are touching upon the creativity of the child. It is fearless and mistakes don't count. Making art is, as I see it, some kind of communication, and this means that a person other than the artist must experience the work. In my view, a painting is ready to show when you cannot find anything to improve. Then it's ready, then it's good enough, and you can put it out there on your website, on a show, in a gallery, wherever it's possible. If there is a nail in a wall, hang your painting there. And if you just want to show your paintings to get feedback, you have nothing to lose at all. Maybe the feedback will be less positive than expected, maybe not, but this is part of getting better. When most of us feel that our paintings are good enough to show in public, another need will often present itself. You start wondering if you're ready to sell your paintings. And the ambition to sell is a game changer. However, selling is not necessarily what you want. For example, Van Gogh never had this feeling of satisfaction. He was all into the process, and he only managed to sell one single painting, this one, but he gave many paintings away. I feel that painting a good painting is a fantastic feeling by itself. It's between you and the painting, you're proud, you hang it on your wall, and you own all aspects of the painting. For example, what it means, the understanding of the painting, all. Bringing a third part in, however, you set the painting free. You do not control other people's opinion, and that changes many things. If you want to make a living, or paint in full-time, part-time, as a hobby, whatever, and want to sell, money makes the world go round. Even though Van Gogh was never a part of that as long as he was alive, selling is attractive, or perhaps rather alluring. I feel that the ultimate recognition is when someone is reaching into their inside pocket and take out a wallet. I vividly remember the first time this happened to me. Wow, it was fantastic, it was mesmerizing. It is still a great satisfaction to have produced something that somebody else wants to buy. Money is a powerful and unpredictable force in a painter's life, because you can control everything about the painting. The looks, the idea, the composition, the colors you have used, the size, if you frame it or not, if, when and where you are exhibiting. You also control the price and if you want to sell. But you cannot control if somebody wants to buy. And this is where you need an agent, or in my case, an office of sales and marketing. And now it gets a little complicated, because does the inspiration to paint come from your heart or your wallet? Obviously, the painting must be inspired by the heart, but sales and marketing are inspired by the wallet. I have up here two departments. One is the department of production, creativity, developing process, feelings and moods. And this is where the paintings are born and raised with love and tenderness and admiration. The other department is sales and marketing, and this is where the paintings are sold. I imagine there is a door between these two departments. The door must be closed. If you are making a living out of painting, the one department cannot do without the other. The main and very important thing is that sales and marketing can have little or ideally no control over what is going on in production. The door must be closed, and then it can happen that the door is ajar. And if this happens, don't tell anyone. The real reward on selling is that when you sell a painting, somebody else wants to hang it on their wall. The artwork will become part of these people's everyday life. I often think of it like this. A painting is like a Trojan horse that brings in moods, stories, experiences, maybe happiness into other people's lives. This is a fantastic aspect of being an artist, and much more important than the money. However, you still need the money to pay your bills. It is lovely to paint, especially if you succeeded in making a really good painting. Bear in mind that the not so good ones, those you didn't manage to paint exactly as you wanted, those with faults and deficiencies, are still important to make, because they are the ones that inspire you to make changes. In order to benefit from this, you need to finish these not so good paintings. Many don't, because the inspiration runs out. But if you don't finish, you cannot evaluate. So hold on till the end. Only then you can take full advantage of the mistakes you have made in the paintings. Look at it from a statistically point of view. Some of your paintings will be good and some will be not so good. It cannot be any other way. So if you find that a painting has turned out not so good, you just go on. The next one will be the important one. Always remember, money or no money. Today you paint a painting, and this painting is a snapshot of what you at present stage of skills and knowledge are able to do right now. Tomorrow and the day after tomorrow and in the future, you will be wiser, better and more experienced, and you will be able to paint a little better, or at least a little different. This does not mean that today's painting is worse, but no matter what skill level you are at, you will always have the potential to be better and to improve on your work tomorrow. So if you wait for the perfect painting to come, you will wait forever. Thank you for watching. If you like the video, please like and subscribe to my channel. I wish you the best of luck getting ready for making fantastic paintings and to put them out there. Remember, fortune favors the brave, so go for it. Waiting will get you nowhere. See you in the next one.